Okay, so I guess this one's going to be about leadership. And yeah, I think there's lots and lots of people out there constantly on social media trying to be, I don't know, always about getting followers. And all right. So I mean, I just think that like true leadership just means you go first, bitch. It's that simple. It just means if you went first, meaning that you assumed all the risks and you made all of the investments and all of the expenditures and you suffered all the consequences. That means that's what going first, that's the cost of going first. And that's how you lead people. You lead by example. You've heard that phrase before. And so there's always going to be lots of people telling you, "Oh, you should do this, you should do that." And I say you should take a good hard look at these people and see, do they practice what they preach? Right? Cuz I don't I don't love ever saying to people, you should do X or you should do Y. When people ask me advice on how to do a thing, I just say, well, this worked for me. I don't say you should do this. I just say this worked for me and this is what I do. And that's very different, right? And they may choose to do that. They can take it into consideration. Maybe they'll ask other people to see how they accomplish another thing. So leadership is showing other people how to get to where you are and explaining how you got to where you are. That's what leadership is. And the thing is that in order to be a leader or in order to go first, you have to be the person to take not the incentive, the initiative. You got to take the initiative. Means and taking the initiative means you want a particular thing and you just know, like I can't leave it up to anyone else. It's like there's no help coming. There's no help coming. No other special organization from wherever is going to come and save me on this thing. It's like, no, the Wacom tablet drivers are just going to be shitty and they're going to be wobbly and I'm not going to get foot pedal support no matter how much I ask them. So fine, I'll just take their API that they gave out. We'll take a wrapper, a DLL wrapping thing. We'll stub the DLL, wrap the fucking thing, and then make our own shitty injection, DLL injection hacky thing. and that's what it takes, right? It's like you just I think this is what delegation is. Delegation is just, hoping that somebody else is going to do whatever needs to be done. And there's good delegation and there's bad delegation. There's good delegation, which is where, maybe the person who's going to do the thing for you. And sometimes this is what building a circle of friends is about, right? What you're going to organize together with other people that personally on a personal level. And to that degree, you may have had some exchanges with them, meaning, and by exchanges, I don't just mean you talk to them. I mean, like you did something for them. And maybe for a little while they were indebted to you. And maybe in return, they did something for you. And it was a mutual, there's a mutual exchange going on. It's a mutually beneficial exchange that goes on. It's reciprocal, right? These are what really, and that's what leadership also kind of requires, is that there's something reciprocal. There's a bit of give and take, and there's ways in which there's ways in which the relationship is beneficial to both people. And I feel like maybe people have, okay, I won't say this is kind of a large, no, I won't say people have. That's too big of a generalization. But I haven't seen I haven't seen enough evidence or a lot of evidence of people who are good at judging character. I feel like I'm seeing less and less evidence of people being good judges of character. And so, it's one of the things you can use as a pretty solid indicator of character judgment is just, reciprocal nature. Evidence of reciprocal nature. You do something sometimes that's what you do. Like sometimes that's what I do. What I do is like I meet someone new. I'm like, here, okay, fine. The first thing I do is I do something for them. No strings attached. Like I don't ask them for money or anything. It's like just I fucking take the initiative and do something for them, help them out in some way or another. And I see what they do after that. It's a test. Sometimes sometimes that's why it kind of is good to be generous to people, is that sometimes, you can use the generosity as a test, I find like that is like the number one. That's like the most effective. Although it costs you. Like I say, you help them out a little bit. I'm not saying you fucking can't fork over everything, but you help them out a little bit, and you see what comes out of it, and you see how they respond, and that is like the fastest way to probe to see, are they a person worth hanging around? And also, I mean, by giving someone something, by being the first to give someone something, you are also showing to them that, maybe you're kind of worth hanging around as well. I know not like there's all the knock 'em up power and camaraderie stuff, all the cliche stuff. But I say that, the non-cliche, really objective, you can put a fucking finger on it and you can really clearly say, and like I say, if you care about leadership and you care about having people follow you, be a person worth following, be a person worth being around. That means having something to offer into the relationship, being the person who's willing to take the initiative and be first rather than always leaving it up to other people to solve the problem, taking the initiative, taking things into your own hands. That's what it means to be a leader. And this is how you build your own collective, because I feel like nowadays everybody kind of feels like there's no need to build a collective. I'll just go onto Instagram and I'll just get a zillion followers and don't forget to like and subscribe. And it's like, that's just delegation of collective forming to a beep boop computer system. Come on. Like, I think that's kind of highly impersonal. It's highly impersonal for something that is actually, I think, should be very personal and should never have been separated from the personal. Leadership is a personal thing. Following people, being a person, like it's all personal. So trying to mechanize the whole thing into an automatic and it like automatically does its thing. It's like that should have been the immediate indicator that there was something wrong with that. So anyway, there's probably more that I want to say, but I can't think of it, so I'm not gonna waste your time.